Hello, and welcome to the video introduction of Omniscript, a tool for writers to help organize their thoughts and create stories. My name is Jonathan Wong, and I'm joined with my three teammates, Cade Almond, Jalen Martin, and Zach Post. Omniscript is a website we designed to give writers a place to plan, organize, and ultimately write their stories, no matter how simple or complex. Our system allows users to plan their story however they see fit. Do they have a list of exciting characters but don't know where to put them? Is every story element planned but have no connection to each other? Or do they want to just start writing? No matter where the writer is in their process, we can help. Because users can start anywhere, our website can be utilized by anyone with a story to tell. An aspiring writer creating their first book, or an all-powerful dungeon master plotting their next campaign. Maybe you have a story to tell. Without further ado, let's get right into the tech demo.
My name is Jalen Martin, and today I'm going to be showing off kind of what Omniscript has to offer. So when you first log in, you'll be greeted with the bookshelf where you get to see all the stories you've been creating, and you can also go in and just easily add a new one. And then I'm going to be showing off the SpongeBob SquarePants movie as an example because it already has characters inside of it. So if you look here and click on characters, you can also click on groups, events, places, concepts. I also just have that information of just all of them that are a part of your story. And let's just click on Dennis. If you don't know, Dennis is pretty much one of the main villains inside of the movie story. So we can go here and get to see the information about Dennis. You can see an empty attribute list. We'll get to that in a bit. But up here, you get to see all the connections that Dennis has to other items. So all the characters, the groups, the events. Right now, there's no connections, but places. You get to see Dennis has a relationship to Thug Tug and the Trench. You get to see that relationship just by hovering and by clicking on them. Easy navigation across the site. It took us from the characters page over here to places, which shows you the places on the left once again, and the information on the right. This is true across all the items. And to create such relationships that allow this quick and easy navigation, we can go Thug Tug characters, just click into edit mode, and you get to see all the other characters that don't have a relationship to Thug Tug. So we can add SpongeBob. He was a bubble blowing baby there. The relationship's been created now. So that's it. Edit mode, you get to see the relationship. Boom, you click on SpongeBob and you're taken to his page. Right here, you get to see an attribute list. The cool thing about the attributes are that they're shared across all items on the site. So if we click here and then start editing them, you get to see all the groups that are shared among all items. And by clicking on one, all the attributes. So right now, SpongeBob only has a house as a Bikini Bottom resident. But let's fill out the street that he lives on. We know he lives on Con Street. There you go. You hit save, Con Street. And if we go back and look, you can see rent is not selected. This could be something that's like important to other items that are Bikini Bottom residents, but for SpongeBob, we don't know this. And that's the cool thing. You don't have to add that. And I'll pass it off to Cade now to talk about more of the writing and timeline side of Omniscript.
Hello, my name is Cade Almond, and today I'm very excited to be showing you a little demo of our writing and timeline page. All right, so now that you're ready to start writing your actual story, this is what the writing page looks like. You can access all your chapters over here. You can add chapters by clicking on this button, and you can switch the positions and contents of chapters by clicking on these little arrows over here. Similarly, you can delete chapters with the delete button, and this sidebar allows you to access all the information you want about the chapters of your book. With the actual text editor, you have the basic styling, so you can align text, you can bold text, you can italicize something, a text. But as well, whenever you type the name of data that you've already created, such as characters, as SpongeBob and Patrick, or as you can see here, between places and events, the text is highlighted in purple, and when you click on it, it pulls up all its information in this side column over here, which you can access all the relevant data that's been put into here. And this is to help with organization and consistency with the story. So these specific, what we call embedded links, where when you click on them, it pulls up the data. That happens automatically. So whenever you type in a name or a character, that information is already done for you on the side of the text editor. All you need to do to access that information is just click on the entity. Another really cool feature that I'd like to show off really fast is if you click the @ symbol and start typing, all items that have these characters are shown in the menu, and then you can click on them, and that name will automatically be inserted into the text editor. The last thing to show off about the text editor is that there's a table of contents menu you can select up here, and then you can click on these pages, and it'll jump around the text editor to make it easier to navigate throughout the page. And that's basically all we have to show off with the text editor. Moving on to the timelines page, we'll go into how to set up the timeline. So over here on this column, you have all the events that you created within your book. And by clicking on an event, you can place one of them on the timeline by clicking. And then you can format your events onto this timeline any way you want. So now that we have our events placed, we'll create some things called event groupings. So we can put these labels onto these events to show a relationship between them. So for example, I'll put in some names here. Now that I have these event groupings, I can click on these events. And I can encode a color into the event to show a group and a relationship among these different events within the story. If you run out of space on the timeline, you can click the arrow over here, and then you can have new space allocated for a new section of your timeline. Lastly, you can designate periods of time by adding a label. And with this, you're able to kind of visualize the sequence of events that happen within your story, and you're able to encode information about relationships and important aspects of these events with these event groups. That's everything today I have to show for the text editor and the timeline page. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll move on to the next topic.
Omniscript is a website, as seen in the previous tech demo. It uses a React front end that connects to a .NET REST API, and the .NET REST API connects to an SQL database to persist the data. The front end and .NET are both hosted on separate EC2 instances on AWS, and the database is hosted via RDS, again on AWS. For development purposes, we have our 48 endpoints published on Swagger for documentation purposes, and we've created a test suite in Bruno, which is an alternative to Postman that allows an unlimited number of collection runs locally, that contains 110 tests to test simple, correct inputs, correct responses from the endpoints. With our development tools detailed, we're now going to return to John to conclude our video introduction.
Now that you've seen our website in action, we encourage you to check it out. And if you're still intimidated by the writing process, just give Omniscript a try. Not only did we develop our website with the story writers of all skill levels in mind, it is our philosophy that everyone has a story to tell. So come visit us at our website, omniscript.com. That's omni-script.com. We hope to see you there.